All right, let's take you back to our top story now. National Treasury has implicated former Minister Malusi Gigaba and 3 top Eskom executives in dodgy dealings at Transnet and Eskom. Our business reporter, Aviwe Mtila, has been tracking that story. He joins us now live. Aviwe, we understand that the draft of this report was made public in, I believe, June or July this year. This final report has some damning things to say, not only about Malusi Gigaba, but some really top executives at the power utility itself.
Well, of course, this latest forensic report coming from National Treasury was released earlier on today. I am, in fact, at Megawatt Park, Eskom's headquarters, where they were, in fact, holding a media briefing just detailing the situation around the operations. I did pose a few questions to the CEO regarding the specific report, and all he could comment on camera was that the law will take its course. But he did give more explicit detail on the means that they've been doing as Eskom in terms of curbing corruption, and he did mention that 11 senior management has been exited from the company, and that there are over 1,000 cases, and then 200 people from those 1,000 cases involved in corruption have been suspended without pay. So he didn't want to speak specifically on the report, but he was just speaking generally on corruption. And as we understand, another senior executive was actually suspended this morning, Abram Masango, and then he later resigned from Eskom.
Aviwe, I mean, you talk about the report being 600 pages long. So many companies that are implicated, companies either linked to the Guptas or owned by the family. We're talking about consultancy services from McKinsey, Regiment's Trillion, Eskom's procurement of coal from Tegeta. What happens now? The report is out there, it's made public. When do heads roll?
That's the big question that people want to know. Are these people going to be held accountable? It's a question that I posed on Ted Blom just a few moments ago. He's an energy expert, and he did say that he's got a pending case specifically pertaining to Eskom, Koko Machila, Anoj Singh, and Susan Daniels, who have been implicated in this latest report pertaining the 659 million that they met at 9 p.m. one evening. And then they've been giving preferential treatment to the formerly Gupta-owned company, Tegeta. So he says specifically he will be taking it up, I think, in the next 2 or so, because he's got a case pending. But that's the close issue that we'll be following up. Whether will these people that have been implicated, and the big companies, because that's another question that was brought up time and again to Pakamani Hadebe here, the CEO of Eskom. It was posed in a question and answer series session. When will he take Tegeta? I mean, when will he take McKinsey up for the billion that they took from Eskom? So it is only time will eventually tell whether these people will be held accountable.
All right, thanks very much for that. Our business reporter, Aviwe Mtila, joining us there from Eskom's headquarters, Megawatt Park. And that is the top story we're tracking for you this afternoon, that bombshell National Treasury report implicating former Minister Malusi Gigaba and 3 top Eskom executives in dodgy dealings regarding Transnet and Eskom itself.